The history of SNL movies that never were. Saturday Night Live, the iconic TV sketch show, is celebrating 50 years on the air. In those 50 years, they have made 11 movies based on characters or sketches from Saturday Night Live. Here are those 11 movies. Some people argue there were 12. Those people are wrong. Bob Roberts does not count. So here's a little history about the movies or projects that were never made based on SNL characters. In 1993, the Coneheads movie was made, but 10 years previous to that, Saturday Night Live teamed with Rankin and Bass, the animation studio behind holiday classics such as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and other stop-motion classics, to create an animated Coneheads television show that looked like this. It aired one episode and then was released on VHS and was never heard from again. And in 1990, Saturday Night Live itself almost became a movie. The writers for the 15th season decided that they were going to put a feature film version together. Basically, it was a long episode of Saturday Night Live based on movie parodies. It was written by Conan O'Brien, Robert Smigel, Al Franken, Jim Downey, a bunch of great writers from that season. But people who have seen the script said that it was basically dated the minute that it hit the paper with E.T., Risky Business, It's a Wonderful Life references, so the plug was pulled. Next up, Hans and Franz, the Girly-Man Dilema, starring Dana Carvey and Kevin Nealon and that guy, Arnold Schwarzenegger. This script was written and it was cast and almost ready to go into production when Arnold Schwarzenegger had a string of movie flops that really parodied his image. And so he decided that he did not want one more of those flops that parodied his image. So he stepped away from the project and it was not made until it was made into podcast form years later for Conan O'Brien's podcast team. The Bears, or the Superfans, written by Bob Odenkirk of Better Call Saul fame. Very simply, it was George Wendt and Martin Short. And Martin Short played an eccentric, clueless billionaire that bought the Bears, and hilarity ensues. Pull the plug. Mike Myers made a few movies based on SNL characters, but some did not come to fruition. Coffee Talk, one of those. Nobody knows what happened to that movie, but he was not happy. Dieter, the German talk show host, he wrote the script, he cast it with Will Ferrell, Jack Black, David Hasselhoff, but he was ultimately not happy with the script, so he pulled the plug. The studio sued him, he then sued the studio, they settled out of court, and part of that settlement was him making The Cat in the Hat. That's a true fact. He had to make The Cat in the Hat as part of that settlement. So, those are the movies, the history of SNL movies that never were.